Slow cooking is one of the best weapons in the chef's arsenal. Not only is it easy, it's also an incredible way to transform meat into mouth-wateringly melting dishes. Mastering the art of slow cooking is something every cook should learn. First up, my phenomenal slow-cooked beef short ribs. Slow cooking is a brilliant way of getting lots of extra depth and intensity into your dishes. The secret is to lock in all those flavors at the start and let the ingredients do their thing as it cooks. These are beef short ribs, and there's basically 5 to 6 bones across there. And as the short rib cooks, it sticks to that bone. The bone implants flavor, and the meat just sort of melts. Cooked slowly, gives it that nice level of intensity. Slice alongside the bone, straight down. You can see that marbling. That sort of disappears and disintegrates. I'm cooking them in a roasting tray. Get it on the heat until nice and hot. Season the beef short ribs beautifully. Olive oil in, bone on the top. We'll start colouring that in. It's really important to give the beef short ribs a really nice sear. If you didn't brown the meat off, it goes in the oven and it looks like boiled meat. So you really want that nice, dark, rich colouring. Just cut the garlic in half, slide that down the side. That's going to give that beef an amazing flavour. To give body to the sauce, stir in a heaped teaspoon of tomato puree. I'm just hitting the bottom of the pan with that tomato puree. And we call it cooking out the tomato puree. Otherwise, it just goes in there raw, and it gives this sort of tartness to the braised short ribs. Red wine in. Don't use an expensive bottle of red wine. There's no need. Bring the wine up to the boil and reduce it. This burns off the alcohol and concentrates the flavour. It makes a big difference when you reduce the red wine down by half, because it gives that nice, dark, rich intensity. Look at my garlic. That is just going to sweeten everything up. Incredible. Stock in. Beef stock, perfect. Chicken stock, fine. Just to about an inch underneath the beef short ribs. Bring it up to the boil. To lock in all that flavour as the beef ribs slow cook, cover them so they braise from the bottom and steam from the top. Into the oven, 2.5 hours. 170 to 180 degrees. In she goes. The great thing about slow cooking is you do most of the work in advance and then put your feet up. 5 or 10 minutes before the beef short ribs come out of the oven, start your garnish. This is light cured pancetta. I want nice, thick lardons, nice, big, thick sticks of crispy bacon. These are delicious chestnut mushrooms. I'm not going to slice them. I'm just going to cut them in half. But look at the colour on those lardons now. All the white, raw fat has disappeared. The lardons have shrunk right down. And all we've got there now is the proper bacon. Mushrooms in. Beautiful. So the mushrooms get seasoned from the bacon. I'm pan-frying these separately to the beef so they remain crisp and at a different texture. Leave that to cool down. Now, this is like Christmas Day for me. When you unwrap that foil, wait till you see what's underneath it. Wow. They smell incredible. Lift and place on your tray. Beautiful. To make a fantastic, rich, deep sauce, press the soft roasted garlic through a sieve into the cooking juices. Want all that nice pureed garlic coming through there. Because that is going to make the most amazing flavour. Scrape all of that off the sieve. Nice. And then just start sieving all that lovely braising liquor. Whoa. In. That smells delicious. Take your sauce and just glaze. Do them individually. They deserve that respect. Spoon on your bacon and your mushrooms. Beautiful. Be generous with these mushrooms. I'm telling you, they taste amazing. Flat leaf parsley. I want that freshness over those amazing ribs. Incredible. Never, ever be embarrassed about going to your butcher and asking for cheap cuts, because the results are incredible. Amazing beef braised short ribs with bacon and mushrooms.
Sweetcorn fritters and yoghurt dip.
It's brilliant to have a number of great recipes up your sleeve to rely on. And let's be honest, we've all got a tin of sweet corn somewhere. So I'm going to show you how to make the most amazing fritter. First off, the mixture. Take your flour, sieve. Really important to sieve the flour. That stops the mixture from having any lumps in there. And just before you get to the end, I want to put half a teaspoon of baking powder. The baking powder gives the mixture some lift in, and just sieve that through. A touch of salt and pepper. Next, an egg. And about 4 tablespoons of milk. And give that a little whisk. Now, just put a little drizzle of olive oil in there. That helps to relax the mixture. Whisk that in. Make sure you got rid of all those lumps. So look, I want a nice smooth, almost like a cake mixture. Okay.
Next, take the seeds out of a chilli to lower the heat.
Roll the chilli, so give it a really good shake. Tap them out. Slice in half, into quarter, and each quarter in half, and chop through. It's a really nice, quick way of slicing a chilli. Into the mixture. Spring onion. Take off that outside layer of the spring onion, top and tail. Slice it at an angle, so I've got a bit of texture running through the mixture. I want that nice crunch in. Coriander. Just slice through, nice and gently, and get that in there. Next, the sweet corn. Now, drain it from the tin and just pat it dry so it doesn't make the mixture too wet. Give that a nice mix. You can see now I've got 2/3 ingredients and 1/3 of the mixture to bind together. That's the secret of a good fritter, so you're biting into excitement, not sort of dough. Pan on, olive oil in, nice and hot. Get a nice big dessert spoon. You know, there's one nice portion. In.
Space the fritters evenly around the pan in a clockwise direction, so you always know which one to turn first.
Just with the back of your spoon, sort of spread them out a little bit. Okay. Palette knife. Just check. You're happy with the colour? And turn over. Beautiful. Now, for the chili yoghurt dressing.
Deseed and finely chop a red chilli and add to a pot of natural yoghurt.
And then some fresh lime.
Finish with chopped coriander.
Coriander in, and give that a nice mix up. That chilli just lifts it. The lime gives it that nice tanginess. The fritters, they smell amazing. And with the sauce, taste fantastic. That is such a delicious recipe using a tin of sweet corn from your cupboard. Amazing. Whatever you're cooking, the secret to making great food is to ensure you lock in every last ounce of flavour in that pan. And this spicy sausage rice does exactly that. Take these spicy sausages and pierce that skin, because I want all that delicious, spicy sausage meat out of its casing. And you get more flavour from the sausage when you take them out the casing. Sausage is ready. Turn on the gas. Red onion, less acidic than a big white Spanish onion, and a lot more flavoursome. A tablespoon of olive oil. A tablespoon only, because I want all that fat coming out the sausages to sort of really help flavour the onions. Onions in. And the onions go in first because you can never rush cooking an onion. It's really important to sort of give them 5 to 6 minutes in the pan so you can really start to caramelise them. And now for my pepper. Slice round, wasting nothing. I want to see that sort of little core, those pips in the centre. No fine diced pepper. The rice is going to be cooking for 20 minutes, so I want the veg to sort of have texture after it's cooked. Pepper's in, a bit of garlic, 2 nice cloves. Just slap down, off with the shell. Garlic in. Now, I want to turn up the gas, get the pan nice and hot, because the minute that sausage goes in, everything cools down and you'll end up boiling the peppers and the onions and the garlic. So heat up to maximum, and then just make a well in the centre. In. Now, start stirring quickly. And this is where you get so much more bang for your buck out of the sausages, because the skin's off and the real flavour of that spicy Italian sausage is going to come through.
What's great about this recipe is that you can use any type of sausage to get the flavour and the heat you want. I've gone for the spicy Italian, but it's just as good with merguez or chorizo.
A teaspoon paprika in, give it that really nice smoky flavour. Rice in, and we're going to sort of basically sear the rice. We call it, in the kitchen, blasting the rice, where we sort of saute the rice for 30 seconds, and it takes on all that flavour.
Next, white wine.
So the wine sort of deglazes the pan and washes all that flavour from the bottom of the pan into the rice. Stock in, bring it up to the boil, turn it down and let it simmer. Double stock to rice. Turn that gas down and let it simmer. So 12 to 15 minutes. And just give it the occasional stir. Keep an eye on it. Now, get ready to finish it.
Slice spring onions, dice sweet juicy tomatoes, and roughly chop earthy flat leaf parsley.
Spring onions in, tomatoes in. Off with the gas. Really important. Otherwise, everything becomes overcooked. Flat leaf parsley in. But look at the volume in that pan now. That is an amazing way to take spicy Italian sausages to a completely different level. Beautiful.